Welcome everybody to today's call. Today we are going to talk about the error resolution status and also any implementation updates and plans. So being the first meeting of 2016, we are looking at setting up the stage for what we are going to be doing in the next few weeks coming. So I'll go straight to the first agenda, which is the error resolution plans. Sometime back, I sent a list of errors that are on production server, which listed the number of errors performed. So I did check this morning as well. We put it as part of the today's agenda. So our interest is basically to ensure we resolve all errors on the error queue this week and also for the coming days. So I don't know whether we have Derek around, who is the only implementer, and also I don't know whether Nicholas will have any updates regarding error resolution. So Derek, regarding the error resolution for the LAC program, do you have any updates or any plans or any needs, any support you require for error resolution?
I would say for now, not much from my side, because since this is being handled mostly by the specific project data managers, and they're the ones who are handling the errors, and they have not communicated whether they have encountered any difficulty while trying to resolve the errors. What I did is last time, this morning, when I talked to the LAC data manager, he said that he's working my data manager, and he'll be checking that in the course of this week and to see whether he can be able to resolve and reduce the number of errors on the error queue. So since this is the first day of the week, I would say by the next call we should have a way forward.
Hello, I cannot hear.
Yeah, sorry, my connection. I was asking, I don't know whether, Nicholas, you have any idea of what's happening with error resolution with the TDM program? Because
I think Troy is currently on leave for this week. So before we took the break, he'd mentioned that he was trying to resolve them. I haven't talked to him yet on how they were, but I think according to what he'd informed me, I think most of the errors were from the CDM part, and I think I'll follow up with him and see how far the error resolution is.
okay, thank you. Any other members has any updates? No. So I think we'll be following up with those error resolution, and based on each project, in case you need any support, I think we shall be able to provide so that we can reduce that number of errors in the error queue. The next agenda is implementation updates and plans. Last year, we did release a new APK, and also there were quite a number of changes on forms. And by the end of the year, we, as mUzima team, we were waiting for any go-ahead from the different projects to tell us when they are ready to roll out the new forms so that we can upload them to the production server. So I think we are starting this year on that part where the different programs have different plans on when they want to roll out the new APK and the new forms. So I don't know whether there is any request yet from the projects, whether you are ready to roll out the new forms or whether you have any plans. So in case there is a plan, I think it's a chance for us to discuss so that we can decide when to upload the forms to production server and also sync them to the mobile devices. So I don't know, Derek, whether you have any updates on that.
Yeah, I would talk about these in two perspectives. One is regarding us supporting LAC VM server, that's the virtual machine that is running and using the costing questionnaire. And I would say from that, from my point of view, and whatever is going and happening since the last week of December, before we broke out for holidays, the specified research assistants with the help of data entry clerks from CDL are doing data entry of the forms that we had used earlier to collect data, hard copy forms. So they are converting them into electronic form through the mobile devices, of which I'm not sure right now of which number have they entered, but can be able to give that in the next call. Regarding the two other forms, linkage and retention forms that are residing on production server, we still have an issue on the form, and we are looking forward to look at ticket number flag 14 that is associated with what we're experiencing at the moment with the forms. But we have talked and have arranged with Savai such that we will be looking at the form in the course of this week and be able to test it, and finally we'll put it on production. So far, I would say so good. The registration form was updated already on production server and is being used by the CDM team. What we are planning to do for updates of the new APK and the new modules on LAC CHW devices, what we'll be doing is, as the guys will be going out in the field to do some screening and also 1 year monthly follow-up, we'll be accompanying them as the implementation team to be to be able to retrieve some more devices from the CHWs, bring them back here for updates, then return them back. And that is starting as soon as on Thursday this week, whereby the team is scheduled to go to Chip Kemel. So we'll have our first batch to go on Thursday. So I would say by then we'll also have the forms ready. I think so. That's all I have from this side.
Okay, thank you, Derek. For CDM, I think there are two forms which we are still going to do programming. That is the health center form and the dispensary form. But the forms which are currently in use, there's the CHW form, the screening form. I think those two have latest updates which are yet to be loaded onto production server. Hopefully, Dr. Kirui, you can also follow up on that one with Lawrence and Tom, so that they can let us know when they are ready for us to upload the forms to production server.
Thank you, Savai. I think Lawrence just joined. Maybe he could just comment on that and the way forward, and then maybe after that, maybe in the AOB you could give us just the updates on how especially the dispensary form and the health center, what the plans are, especially so that we can have a schedule of how when we expect at least an initial form ready, and tentatively when we'd also have that ready for use.
Okay.
So Lawrence just joined in. Maybe you could repeat the question for him too.
Yeah. Lawrence, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Zawai.
Yeah. So what you're saying, remember last year we released the new APK, and also there were some changes on forms which are yet to be loaded onto production server. And we asked each project to tell us when they are ready so that we can load those forms to production server. So what we're asking, the two forms, that's the CHW form and screening form, are not yet updated on production. So do you think you have a timeline yet, or you still need more time to give us a go ahead?
You mean to upload those to production?
Yes.
I would say I think we are ready. When I was out in December to do the rollout for the new APK,
Mhm.
at least I was able to do on to a few sites, but there was a small challenge which I think we addressed that with you, Savai, in terms
Mhm.
of JSON, the difference in the JSON forms and the HTML forms. So I think at least for the one site that I had not rolled out yet to, we were able to do the JSON update on production, and that worked fine. So the registration form was okay. So I was actually planning on going out to update the new JSON form to the other devices where I'd
Okay.
already issued them, and I think they should be ready to go. So maybe we just wait for, in terms of the dispensary form, if we're able to test within the week, then I think I can hold on. We finish that, update that, and then work out there they can take off with the form.
Yeah, let me respond. The dispensary form and the health center form, remember there were changes which were, I think, being approved by the COP. And
Yes.
so far, it's not yet on my desk for me to finalize the programming.
Oh,
So
okay.
I can't give a timeline yet when the programming will finish because they are not yet on my desk.
Oh, all right. So my guess is we are going to still use what we have right now until those ones are ready. Then, but I think within a week we should be good to have the CHW and the registration forms working fine for us.
Okay. But can you say for the dispensary and the health center form, um, could you help to follow up on that one so that I think this week I don't have a lot of things on the table yet. So if I can receive the finalized form keys and the reminder logic, I think I should be able to work on within this week and hopefully early next week.
Okay, I think I can commit my time this week to follow up on those. I was not privy to the changes that were going on, but I think I can get a briefing from Tor, and then I can work closely with Dr. Kirui to have those on your desk as
Okay, that's okay.
well. Okay.
Thank you, Savai. I think just a comment on that. Uh, Towards the end of last year, there was just a question from the forms and concepts team, which we addressed together with Dr. Kamano. And since Petronilla went on leave, I think we'll try and link up with Anastasia and just get the comments from. We had gotten some comments. The final comments were actually from Sarah at Registry, and she had some questions which we've tried to address. And so I think it's actually in the final stage, and it's mostly for the health center form. The dispensary form, there were no additional questions. So we'll work with Lawrence to see how to actually determine the current status and how far and get it to your desk hopefully in a day or two.
Looks like we lost Savai.
Yeah, we lost Savai. I think he's trying to reconnect again.
Sorry, guys, we lost our connection. So
It's okay.
you are talking about last year?
Yes, thank you. So I think the final, we'd actually had all the concepts ready by the Forms and Concepts team, but I think at the level of the final approval by Sarah at Registry, she raised several questions about one of the changes that had been suggested by Dr. Kamano. So I think we tried addressing it with her input and also Tor, and I think it was on by 21st. I think just before the last call that we had last year. So I'll try see. Petronila is currently on leave, so I think I'll try. We'll try work with Anastasia and see how far we can get before and see whether we can fast track to get it to your desk. I'm still trying to learn the ropes of the processes, how far it will go. So I'll try see with Lawrence because Toy is away this week, but we'll get his input and see how whether we can get it to your desk as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you so much. So that's it on the agenda. I don't know whether anyone has any other business to discuss.
Just Savai, I'll come see you sometimes, maybe today or tomorrow, on just an additional uh, evaluation. I'm interested in evaluating the reminders in the dispensary and health center forms going forward, and so I'll come see you on how possible that is, and whether we any additional approvals, whether we need any additional approvals before because basically I'm just trying to assess are these reminders, are the clinicians actually using these reminders that we've spent so much time trying to get them and the logic and the concepts.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simon, maybe one other thing. I don't know if there's been any other complaint from any other groups using mUzima. While on leave during the vacations, I tried to do some resolving of the errors. But looked like you remember that problem we ran into last time where the thing just kept going around, especially for forms that had a problem with the registration form. So once you hit the registration form link to first resolve the registration form, then it just it basically blocks out the holes, the window, the browser, and just keeps going round and round. So I don't know if it's something that's action. I couldn't immediately do a
No,
ticket
it's
for that.
not the connection. Actually, I also noticed the same thing, but what I realized, if the registration error is not on the queue, that's when it would appear like it doesn't open anything. If you click, the link is available, yet it does not point to any registration error. So when you click on search, then it would kind of appear like it's opening, but it never opens in the end. However, if the registration form is on the error queue, then the link opens. You don't get into such an issue. So I agree something to be looked into so that it doesn't show the link when the registration error is not on the queue.
Not
But
there. Okay.
I'll be looking more into that so that we can address it in the next version of the module. Thank you for that.
All right. I guess we'll be in touch. I'll work closely with you then.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, if there is no other business to discuss, I think we shall end the call early today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye,
Happy New Year.
everyone.